Well, darlings, and okay the new. It is Lovey Burns night, and I'm wearing a Russian hat, but wearing a tartan tie. There's a good reason for this. That is the good reason. My Russian Imperial Brown Stout. So, this is a little tasting video. It is aging, this beer, but I thought I'd draw a little sample off just to see what it is like. This is my infamous 200 IBU 1848 Barclay Perkins Imperial Brown Stout. The original Russian Imperial Stout, apparently. So yes, this was brewed around the 27th of September, so it has had a bit of age on it already. 171-year-old recipe now. What's to say about it? There's quite a lot of pale malt, brown malt, amber malt and black malt, and shitload of East Kent Goldings. Yeast was Whitbread ale yeast and a bit of SO4 as well when it started to lag. So it's quite a hefty beer. As I said, 200 IBUs, black as the ace of spades. There's a little bit of fizz going on in there, but not much. I haven't carved it up. I'm just letting it do its own thing in the shed, and once I serve it properly in November, I'll do another video. But when I serve it again in November, hopefully it should have done a bit of self-carbonation in the keg. So it's a little bit cold because it's the middle of January, well, the end of January, and it's about 4 degrees outside, probably a bit less. So it's a little bit chilly. If you can see there's quite a bit of lacing on the glass. It's about 9 to 10%. Not sure exactly, but it's fairly hefty. So on the nose, I really should have took it out and warmed it up a little bit first, but never mind. On the nose, a black treacle. Roasted malts and hint of coffee, perhaps. Let's take the silly hat off. My head's actually getting rather warm. And apologies, I should have shaved. I haven't. I'm such a yob. So let's dive in my Imperial Stout glass as well, and have a taste, shall we? It smells quite strong as well. Okay. First off, what a mouthfeel. That's like, that's like golden syrup. It's thick. Very thick. Viscous, I think is the word, the posh word for it. Very viscous. I hope it's the right word, otherwise I look like a rifle. Very thick. Surprisingly smooth. And not much of an alcohol burn, which is good. You've got to remember this is quite cold, so it's probably a good thing. I'd imagine in Russia they would have served it cold because it's quite a cold country as far as I'm led to believe. I am holding it like a bloody brandy to try and get some warmth in it from my hand. But it is a bit chilly. 200 IBUs, you wouldn't have guessed it. You wouldn't have guessed it. Yes, of course there's bitterness there, but it's not so overwhelming that it's you know, unpleasant. It's a very pleasant amount of bitterness. Flavour. Flavour. There is flavour there, of course. It's actually a very tasty beer. Very tasty. I can't get over how thick it is still though. I shall come back to you with flavour profile because I have to think about it. Obviously a lot of roasted flavours as you'd expect in a big Imperial Stout. Sort of like a fruit cake, but hints of marzipan. You sometimes get a bit of that. I know it sounds disgusting, but that soy sauce sort of bitterness. I know you get it in the Fuller's Imperial Stout. That's sort of like, it's not as pronounced as in that particular beer, but it's like that's a sort of bitterness, that sort of soy sauce bitterness. But yeah, it's quite good actually. Yes, there's bitterness there. You'd be going far to say it's a coffee sort of bitterness. Doesn't really taste like, it's sort of a bit of coffee aftertaste, I suppose. Not much obvious hop taste, even though a lot of hops went in it. A lot of hops, like 200 grams of hops for a 16 litre brew or something ridiculous like that. Very, very thick mouthfeel. Yeah, I suppose there's a bit of like burnt fruit cake. Not as sweet as fruit cake, but that's getting there. Like burnt, you know those, you know if you do have fruit cake and you have the raisins on top which are burnt, so that sort of carbony raisin taste. Yeah, it's a bit like that, I suppose. I'm not selling it very well, but it's not bad. Burnt fruit cake, but not smoky, if you know what I mean. Burnt but not smoky. And there's like a bit of a marzipan sort of taste as well. I must have liked it because I've pretty much drunk most of that now. It is deceptively drinkable. I probably should have let it warm up a little bit just so I can get obviously an idea of get more flavours from it, but to be honest, that's quite nice at the temperature it's at. Good beer. Right, I'm going to leave it there. So I'll see you all again in, well, I'll see you all again soon, but in terms of this beer, you shall see it again in November for a 14, so it was brewed in September, October, November, yeah, 14-month beer review. This is 4 months now, so 10 months to go. Not a bad beer, that, not bad at all.